You're not wrong. I just love Sean. And that 1 in 7 with Sean and Gus like contaminating the crime scene of his dead boss, like that one's a highlight for me.
No, that season 7 is probably my favorite. Even though it doesn't have it has that arc like that I don't like. Some of the standalone episodes I think are some of the strongest string of episodes.
Yeah, like I can believe that. Like there is a lot of really good stuff. There's just that Sean Juliet breakup storyline that kind of just weighs it down, and it has a not great season finale. But if you're counting the musical as part of season 7, that kind of makes up for it. Because, like I said before, I forgot to warn you about the musical because that's not really a part of season 7. That was just always its own thing, and it just kept getting pushed back. And then, like on streaming, it's just tacked on at the end of season 7, even though like chronologically that's not where it takes place. So I can see why that threw you off and was weird.
The musical is wonderful though.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I haven't watched that one in a while.
It's the second best TV musical I've ever seen.
Let's try through here.
TV like show musical.
We take these guys out, steal their boat.
But we'll get to the best one.
We'll get there. I'll get to it.
What I'm thinking we'll do, because I've been thinking about it, because Buffy keeps popping up on my YouTube feed, which is why I brought it up. Because now it's on my mind again. When we get to the like season 2 through 7, which are longer, if we decide to go through all of them, we'll split it up in like half chunks. Like we'll do the first 12 and then the second 12 or whatever.
Yeah, for sure that works.
I don't want to overwhelm you. Watch all 24 episodes.
And then watch all episodes of 24 for our 24 channel.
I've never seen that show.
I've never seen it either, though I do like Kiefer Sutherland.
I should, just because Cap talks about it all the time.
Yeah,
But,
it's just a weird thing that I missed.
The only time that we might have to do like an extra episode of season 2, because 13 is a much better place to leave off. I think because that's the mid-season finale, so you have to do that, big cliffhanger.
Gotcha. Yeah, so that's one thing that did hurt the later seasons of Psych for me a little bit, is you have that really good Yang trilogy, where that's, in my opinion, 3 pretty good season finales in a row, and then after that it's like, oh, now we've kind of run out of ideas for what to do with our season finales. Like, they're fine, but they're not as good as the Yang stuff.
Yeah. They should have kept introducing new like killers that come after Sean and like challenge him in new ways.
Yeah, the last couple of seasons of the show are definitely lacking that. And like I said, season 8 is just weird because it's short, so like it just doesn't have time to get a lot done. But there's a couple episodes in there that I like, but I think it's the weakest.
Yeah, I also feel like not a lot happens because for like half the season, Sean and Gus can't even work for the SPD.
Yeah, that feels like a cliffhanger status quo change when you do, like, just to shake things up when you're in the middle of a show, not for your final season.
Yeah, no, when they ended 7 like that, I was like, wait, what? That's gonna be the status quo for your final season?
Yeah, Vic's only in like 2 episodes of season 8.
Yeah. If you like Psych, you should really watch Castle.
I have seen, my mom loved Castle. Like, I've seen episodes of it, just, like, out of context. I don't know if it's something I'd ever watch start to finish, but I like what I've seen of it.
It is 5 really good seasons. And then a couple of seasons that kind of flounder.
I have heard, and I know what happens in the series finale. I don't know if you'd call it passable, but I just heard that they at least played it smart, where they shot like a backup ending in case they didn't continue, and then they didn't. So it's like kind of resolved.
It was fine. The problem with the last 3 seasons of Castle is the big overarching plot for the show had already been solved. So they were going more arc by arc, like season by season storylines now. And none of them were quite as good. That also really suffers from the, well, they resolved the will they won't they plot, which is what kept most people watching.
You do this, I'm not saving your ass again.
And Nathan Fillion and Stanicatic hate each other, so
Yeah.
I really hope you make it.
I've heard you kind of feel that in the later seasons.
You really do.
But yeah, I don't know. And that's the difference between that show and something like Psych, where yeah, there's the will they won't they with Sean and Juliet, and that goes on a while, but like that's a subplot, like that's a side thing. It's not what the show's built around. So just one of those cliche things that just never really bothered me, because it's not like the thing I'm there for. I'm glad they got together when they did. I was mostly happy with how that stuff played out.
Oh yeah, I like the relationship.
Yeah, no, they're both very likable. Like I get I understand your criticisms of like the last couple seasons with them, but
Rival.
yeah,
Yeah, I
I
had
had-
one of them.
it's the same. I don't remember which one. I had one of them, and on the back of the cover, it's this weird Animorph thing where it's a picture of Jake Lloyd on the left and Hayden Christensen on the right, and there's just like this Animorph transition. Do you remember this at all?
Come on.
No,
Because that's what stuck with me. But it's
don't.
extremely dated and like, oh yeah, Animorphs, that was a thing. Like, it's cool in concept, it just looks weird because it's just completely separate photos of Jake Lloyd and Hayden, and then just them weirdly morphing into each other. But you see like the lightsaber hilt like change, like it's really weird and unnatural.
Weird.
But
Check
I'll
your,
never forget.
Discord message.
Do-do-do. Boom-ba-ba-doo. That that's way scarier than any Goosebumps.
That's the show's attempt at adapting the alien.
Oh. But that Star Wars book, that Anakin book, I'll never forget that because I had a weird relationship with Star Wars when I was a little kid because I only just saw like bits and pieces of different movies sporadically. Like I didn't like sit down and watch the original trilogy start to finish until I was like 9. But it's like I knew who Anakin was, and I knew who Darth Vader was, but like I hadn't seen the whole original trilogy. And one day I was just like showing my dad this book, this Anakin book. My dad's like, "Oh," just casually is like, "Oh yeah, that's Darth Vader," and he just completely spoiled the Vader twist for me. And it was a moment. I was just like, I need to sit down and just think about shit for a few minutes. I'm like 5, and I'm like, this guy becomes Darth Vader?
Man,
The fuck?
See, I remember as a kid, I was like so excited because like, oh, it's the story of Darth Vader. But then I had this like phase where I doubted myself. I was like, oh no, it's actually
what are
like young
those?
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, I mean, canon made no sense to me because this is well before Episode 3 came out. So it was just this weird thing of, okay, there's an Episode 1 and 2, but I think they were made before the original. After, like, I don't know. I'm 4. I'm not on the internet. None of this shit makes sense to me. I just know I kind of like it. Yeah, Attack of the Clones is the first one I remember watching on VHS at an aunt's house. And just seeing bits and pieces of the original trilogy, like, on TV or whatever. And I had the toys. Like, I inherited some toys from my dad from back in the 70s. I inherited some toys from my older brother. So, like, that's, like, merchandise that I just grew up with. So, it's like, I definitely grew up with Star Wars. There's just this weird hodgepodge of stuff where it wasn't until like around when Revenge of the Sith was coming out when I finally like watched the original trilogy like start to finish, and I was like, wow, these are great.
Nice.
Find her and bring her down.
Where the hell's the boat?
Gotta find the boat.
She got away. She can't have gone far.
The boat's like outside, like past the big, like structure you're looking at.
Oh.
But
Wait. No?
I think you gotta climb up. There's like an escalator or something you gotta climb up. You gotta get to one of the higher levels, I think, to get over there.
Get to the high ground.
He who controls the high ground wins.
Oh wait, you know what? I remember that escalator now. Take that.
Yeah. I think there's gonna be a lot more guys up there. Be very, very quiet. This is a pickle.
We found her! Right here!
Shoot.
Don't let her get away!
Oh man.
Down! Heads up!
Alright, you little bastard.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, you gotta stop going in prone, man.
Man, shit.
I saw her go over there! Fuck it!
Wait a minute, that's the
Where-
boat.
Yep. That is a boat. Just don't know if you're gonna get shot at. Don't drown, don't drown.
Ellie, get out of the water! Coming my way?
At least this area has been pretty generous with health.
True.
Find where she's hiding. Think that was her? I'll go see what's up.
We do a little trolling. There were still pieces of him in the air.
Where'd she go? Don't let her escape.
I got her! By the counter! Jorge! Please. Please. Take it easy. Just wait.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thought I was gonna die there for a second.
Boat.
Yeah, definitely get all the supplies you can.
Hate driving this damn thing. I've forgotten how to drive it. Okay, here we go. We might finish day 3 today? Question mark.
Yeah, we're pretty close. It depends on how much trouble that bloater coming up gives you.
True. And if I can remember where the hell I'm supposed to go. I feel like it's only noticeable if you're one of those that like takes a microscope to the transfer. Like, yeah, I'm sure there's no film grain, but like, I don't know, who cares?
Well, but I don't think there's anything wrong with just having an aesthetic preference.
There's not,
know.
Except for when you go on the internet and throw a hissy fit because it quote looks like plastic.
I mean, I haven't watched it, so I can't really comment on it, but I don't personally care for giving older films like that modern digital look, but I mean, like I said, I'm sure it watches fine.
But as long, yeah, that's my point, is like, it's not my preference, but if it watches fine, it's not ruined.
Sure. But, I don't know, I'm pretty happy with how the Blu-ray looks, and probably just stick with that.
Speaking of Blu-ray, I got my first of the 3 things I ordered from Shout Factory yesterday. I am now one of like 3 people that owns the TV miniseries of The Stand, or not The Stand, The Shining, on Blu-ray.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so I can finally watch it. I'm like 100. What's that?
Set aside a day for that. It's like 4 hours.
I'm just watching chunks or something. But we gotta cover that on the channel eventually.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you do it by yourself.
No.
No, wait.
Now what?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this plaid skin, isn't this what she's wearing at the end of the first one?
It's close to it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a balancing act, and I haven't watched the Aliens transfer, but I don't know. I thought True Lies looked fine.
Here we go.
Oof, The Shining. It's probably better than the Kubrick film, folks.
It is nice.
Have you seen it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Hey, it's been a while, but yes, I have seen it. It's rough. It's closer to the book, so if that's what you want, it's technically closer to the book.
I mean, that is kind of what I want. Like, I have the good just movie retelling, but I kind of got it with Doctor Sleep, and we'll get there when we start our finding and stuff. But, like, I've always wanted a remake of The Shining that was closer to the book.
Yeah, I want that too. I just want a good version of that.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm joking when I say it's better than the Kubrick version, because I haven't seen
Yeah.
it.
Well, it's a good case study in why trying to adapt a book like page for page just doesn't work pacing wise. It's just so boring and slow. There's just so much stuff that works fine on a page that when put to screen, you're like, ugh, God, we're dragging our feet here.
Yeah. You hit the channel cancel. I mean, I won't in good faith say that the miniseries is better, but I will in good faith say that Doctor Sleep is better than The Shining.
I think that's fair. Did you just nope out of that whole area?
Yup. I am not dealing with them fuckers.
What?
Save my ammo for this fucker.
That's probably smart. That's a fun area. I like climbing some of the structures there. But
And I normally do, but I don't want to risk getting killed and having to do it again.
that's fun.
Noah, have you seen the Shining miniseries? Part of the reason I bought it on Blu-ray is A, it's Scream Factory, so it's gonna look amazing.
Mhm.
And B, it's never. I don't think I've ever seen it streaming anywhere.
Yeah, I don't remember how I watched it, but it's been a while. It's definitely not like super readily available.
I am glad though that a lot of the Stephen King miniseries, even if they're not good, like there is a version you can just grab. Like I've got the Stand miniseries from the '90s. The Shining. I don't know when The Shining came out, but now there's what we should do for a blind commentary. Stephen King's The Shining.
Oof.
Oh come on! It wouldn't be that bad with all of us together.
True. It'd be much easier to get through.
And I like the actor that they got to play Jack Torrance.
He's not bad. I still think he could do better, but he's good.
Yeah,
He's
you
doing
need to
his best.
finish the book first, you bastard.
But the kid is atrocious.
Isn't that the new Nightmare Kid?
No.
Are you sure?
I don't think so. Yeah, New Nightmare is that kid from Kindergarten Cop.
Alright, hold on. We have to. I have to know.
I'm fact checking this. Yeah, you're thinking of Miko Hughes, but that's not the kid in the Shining miniseries.
Oh yeah, it's not. He looked so familiar, but I haven't seen anything else with him in it. Other than voice work. Wait, he was Fly in A Bug's Life?
Yeah, that makes sense.
But if I remember correctly, the guy that plays Jack was on iZombie. He's like a character actor.
Yeah. I thought he was the guy from the Children of the Corn, but he's not. But the guy in that looks very similar.
Yeah, he's the main I don't want to say villain, but kind of like bad guy in iZombie, and he's great on that.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
But in that miniseries, there are just so many just like poor direction choices. Like, oh god, like how they do Tony. Is that his name?
Yeah,
Like,
the imaginary friend.
yeah, like he's like on a blue screen, so he's just like floating in the air whenever he appears to Danny, and it looks so bad. It's like you don't need him floating; he can just be standing there, and it would look fine. But we need a really shitty blue screen effect for whenever Tony pops up. It's just one of many poor behind-the-scenes choices.
Yeah, interesting.
And if you're a book purist, you might disagree. I've seen a couple people defend the croquet mallet he uses. I'm sorry, it's just goofy.
Oh, come on, this is not the time to have to reload.
Oh boy. You're on fire.
Got you, asshole!
Woo! That took way
You
less
did it.
time than I thought it would.
Okay. Back to that damn Ferris wheel.
Wait,
But
does
speaking
there
of,
being the Shining scene in Ready Player One, does that mean that we have to do something on Ready Player One since it has a horror scene?
no, I think we can draw the line there.
Now I want to watch Ready Player One. I don't have time right now.
So much to do, so little time.
Well, I've still got to edit the last recording we did for The Last of Us, and this one once it's done. I've got to get ready for our commentary. See, now I kind of want to do a Ready Player One commentary just because Noah doesn't want to do it. And he is wrong about that movie.
I mean, if we did a Shining month, we'd probably work that in.
With our schedule right now, a Shining month would just be The Shining and The Shining.
And Dr. Sleep.
Well, no, because we only do 2 videos a
Oh,
month.
I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah.
Keep up, Robert. No, but a commentary on the Kubrick Shining would be cool. We've already done a review, but not a commentary. That's one we've been kicking around since forever.
All right.
The problem with the permadeath is because you lose upgrades. I feel like I've already upgraded something, and I look and I don't have it. I'm like, God damn it.
Oh, yeah, that's rough.
Like those impressed proof silencers. I mean, yeah. Yeah, you could get a month out of The Shining. Even if you don't count like a traditional calendar month instead of just like 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's more what I meant.
You could do you could do the Kubrick movie. You could do the book, that's 2 weeks. You could do the mini series as a commentary. And then Dr. Sleep, there's your 4 weeks.
Jules?
Huh?
I was just looking at the note.
Finally. There.
Yeah, we could do the Shinning. My favorite Treehouse of Horror bit.
It's a good one. That's another idea. I don't remember if I mentioned that to you or not, that we could do, is if we each just picked a Treehouse of Horror episode and just did a commentary for a few of those.
We talked about doing some Treehouse of Horror stuff. I don't know about each of us picking an episode, because I don't know that stuff very well. But it'd be fun to have like Austin on there and have him pick a bunch of episodes. Because he's a big Simpsons guy. I mean, if you want to pick them, you're more than welcome to. My mind went to Austin because he knows that stuff more than I do.
Almost there.
No, but doing a review on the actual Shining novel would be fun. We haven't done any book reviews. Or just like talking about the book during the commentary.
Yeah. Well, if we did a commentary of the miniseries, we would have plenty of time, so...
Yeah,
I think you could talk about the book more than enough on that.
True. It's raining really badly here. And it kind of looks like this. Minus, the giant waves.
Yeah, what people at home can't see is that your room is currently flooded.
Yeah, it looks like that scene in Jumanji.